Hello, this is Mark Sabatella from Outside Shore Music, home of Mastering MuseScore. In this week's tip, I want to talk about the different types of grace notes that MuseScore supports so that you can understand their purpose, how they affect playback, and then how to add them. So the three types, I'm going to do my best Italian pronunciation, are acciaccatura, appoggiatura, and grace note after. There's not a formal name for these. I'll talk about those last. So the acciaccatura is the first type that I have here, and this is the type that's usually written as an eighth note with a little slash through the stem and flag, and it's meant to be played very quickly. It's, in fact, on piano, typically you might press both notes together and then let go of the first one. So this is what that might sound like. Right? Bum, 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 very quickly. That word literally means crushed. The next type is the appoggiatura, and this one is notated traditionally without a slash. And this is the much older type. This is the type you will find in Baroque music. The acciaccatura was sort of a more recent addition to music history. I'm not going to get all into that in this video, but the appoggiatura takes half the value of the main note. So it is not played fast at all. It's, in this case, it's going to sound, instead of brum, a really fast note going into that quarter note, it's just going to sound like two eighth notes. So again, I'll start a little before to get into it. Right? Boo-da-dum-bum, basically just played like eighth notes. The last kind of grace note that MuseScore supports, at least they're called grace notes and found on the grace notes palette, is the grace note after. And as the name implies, these grace notes are actually occurring after the note they are attached to. So this A and the B I have here are attached to the preceding half note. So it sounds like this. And those are typically found at the end of a trill. So that's what these things are. That's how they play. To add them, you can come over to your palettes panel, and it's not defined by default. The Grace Notes palette isn't there by default, but if you click Add Palettes and then click the plus on Grace Notes, you'll now see a Grace Notes palette, and it has the acciaccatura. It has appoggiaturas notated with various different note durations, but they're all going to play half the value of the main note. And then you'll see the grace notes after, also notated with various different durations. So to add any of these types, you select a note, and then you just click which one you want. If you want the acciaccatura, click it. It'll add a note of the same pitch as the main note, but then just use the up and down arrow keys to change the pitch of them. And that's how you can add all these various different types of grace notes. For the acciaccatura, there's also a keyboard shortcut. All I have to do is press the slash key on my keyboard. Boom, that adds it. So pressing the slash key will add acciaccatura. So those are the different types of grace notes supported by MuseScore.